Hello, welcome to Summon Greater Podcast.
A podcast about homebrew and homies.
This week we can't stop.
There's so much more.
We can't stop talking about Mage Hand Press.
Yeah. One tiny little shout out to them before we even get into their content.
Oh my god.
It finally came. I have this now. Paper book. It's incredible.
It's big too.
Substantial book. She thick. So I had ordered it and it took a while to ship, but that's not Mage Hand's fault. That was just, there was a lot of, it was like holiday. So holiday shipping sucked. Mm-hmm. But shortly after I ordered it and I received the confirmation, they sent me an email essentially saying, hey, you've bought the book. We are giving you the PDF version of it for free. It's in your account. You can just pull up downloads and you can download it. And I was like, incredible. So that means I can access my book before it even gets to me. I was like, that's fucking awesome. Also came with a downloadable, fillable character sheet. About a week later, when it was like shipped and on its way, they sent me another email. One of the reps did personally. It was like, hey, Skyler, saw that you ordered the book. We just finished doing an update PDF for all of the classes in the book, updating them so that they match more closely with the 2024 5th edition rules. As a result, we've made some changes. We've done some balance work and whatever. And so there are updates. It's like a 200-300 page PDF, not including all the other content in the book, like feats, magic items, whatever, just on the classes and subclasses in the book. And he was like, you already bought the book. So we're giving this to you for free. It's also in your downloads in your account. So not only did I get the book, they emailed me later and they were like, hey, we got an update bringing everything up to current rule set. You can have it. So eat your heart out, Wizards of the Coast. Like, do better. Mage Hand Press is crushing it.
The bar is not that high.
No, and the gauntlet has been thrown. Everyone but them is doing a good job.
Yeah, super badass from Mage Hand. Thank you so much for doing that.
I know.
Every time.
It's true. Speaking of what wizards don't, we've got another new class.
We're talking about the Binder.
The Binder. Now, this is one that's not in that book. It was a class that was created and introduced afterwards, just like the Vagabond. So, Vagabond. I don't know.
Depends on whether or not you're in Wisconsin.
Put it in your bag. Yeah. With all of your bagels.
What?
I've met people from northern Wisconsin and from Minnesota who did that exact thing.
Bagel?
Bag and bagel. It was a crime. Yes.
That's bizarre.
Very. I agree.
I don't understand that. This is kind of a huge one.
Binder's nuts, dude.
It was an unbelievable amount of reading.
Oh my god, I know.
Just to prep for this episode.
Comprehension of this class takes like a bachelor's in physics.
You gotta have a pretty good understanding of what you're getting yourself into when you choose this class. But boy, do I think it's worth it to really study the entire thing if you choose to go this route.
Yeah. It is an incredibly cool, versatile, and flavor-packed class. Yep. I mean, we've said that about everything Mage Hand Press has developed, but good lord, this one's just got so many choices. Yep. It's, dare I say, it's kind of like an anti-cleric.
In a way, yeah. It's kind of like an anti-everything, though.
You're so right. Yeah. My thought process behind that is because the entire shtick of Binder is that you are reaching through the planes and contacting old, like, forgotten deities. And you are binding a small portion of their power to yourself. And you can do this to multiple deities at once.
It's more like wandering spirits, really.
Yeah, that's fair. You could flavor it as deities if that's what you want to do. And you can also swap any of the names that are on these vestiges for any like existing spirit or entity in your pantheon. But you get like passive features, activated features, skill proficiencies and things like that based on what vestiges you have bound. And these aren't like permanent choices either. You can rebind every day, like preparing spell slots. But it's not like spells in the fact that you're kind of preparing your class features every day. And you get to pick from like 26 of them?
It's a whole fucking lot, dude.
It's a lot.
I think you counted 31 the other day.
Did I? Okay.
Yeah.
That wouldn't shock me. Yeah. So let's go through just the standard class features first. And then we can get into the like subclasses and details. Woo! Here we go, binder. Hit die is a D8. So not crazy tanky, but you're not a wizard. You get proficiency in light armor and medium armor and simple weapons. Proficiency in wisdom and charisma saving throws, arguably the two best in the game. Skills. Choose 2 skills from Arcana, Deception, History, Insight, Investigation, Persuasion, and Religion. Really diverse pool for the skills there.
Yeah, if you're just getting into building, you're thinking, what the hell direction is this going?
Yeah.
The answer is all of them.
The answer is correct. Starting equipment is pretty simple. Light crossbow and any simple weapon. Scale mail or leather armor. 10 pieces of chalk, which I find really funny, but that's just because that's what you use to do your binding rituals in the morning. And then a scholar's pack or a dungeoneer's pack. So, when you take this class, you gain soul binding. In your studies, you have uncovered the means to pierce the veil of the planes and call to what lives beyond. You learn how to summon a vestige and bind it to your soul. You can spend 10 minutes conducting a special binding ritual, which entails drawing the signs of vestiges in chalk, calling each by name, and performing other more esoteric acts. During this ritual, vestiges manifest tangible signs as they press against the boundaries of reality and find purchase within your soul. At first level, you can bind 1 vestige. You can bind more vestiges at higher levels, as shown on the binder table. Unless otherwise specified, you can only bind vestiges whose combined level is no greater than your binder level. That will come into play a little bit later. It's kind of like spell slots. There's different levels of vestiges, and so yeah, I think you can bind 2 vestiges at like level 3 and also at level 4. What was it? There was something where like at level 3. No, I'm overcomplicating everything. Big takeaway from that is just make sure that you are counting what the total level of your vestiges is and make sure that you are a high enough level to be able to take all of them, because it can get a little math complicated very quickly.
I don't know if it's the total level. I think it's just how many and the highest level vestige you have access to.
You can only bind vestiges whose combined level is no greater than your binder level.
Okay.
So for the purposes of like us going through our builds at the end, it's not going to matter because we built all the way up to like level 20. But as you are progressing, just keep that in mind. Spellcasting ability. You are technically a spellcaster. Your vestiges are magical effects that can be interrupted by like an anti-magic field. A binder conjures up their magic from the deepest pits of their souls in much the same way that a creature with innate magic does. Binders are still considered spellcasters for the purposes of spells and effects that target them. Similarly, all effects granted to them by vestiges, including the vestige traits, cease while in an anti-magic field or similar effect. Yeah, so you're not really a spellcaster, but you count as one because it's a very similar source of power, source of magic.
Traits, by the way, are a physical part of your body. Like,
yeah. When you bind the vestige, there is like a physical aspect of it.
So, for example, one of them turns your tongue blue and serpentine. One of them gives you scars all over your body. One of them gives you an extra pair of arms. We'll talk about that one later.
Yeah.
There's a wide range of what they can do to your form.
Which is fucking crazy. Yeah, so that's all the first level stuff. At second level, you get even more choices and even more crazy bullshit. You can use the runoff energy from your binding ritual to enlist 2 minor spirits to your service. So on top of binding things to your soul and becoming like an amalgamation of gods, you now have pets. There's a list of minor spirits that you can choose from. The spirits manifest faintly around you. You can cause them to become invisible or return to visibility once on each of your turns, no action required. You can bind additional spirits to your service as you gain additional levels in the class. And when you gain a level, you can choose to swap one. Kind of like same school of thought as the spells type thing. Also at second level, you gain the rebinding ability. You can use your action to perform a modified version of the binding ritual, allowing you to expel a bound vestige early and bind another vestige of equal or lower level in its place. Any effects created by a dismissed vestige immediately end. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. Starting at 15th level, you can rebind 2 at a time instead of just 1. So that's incredible.
It's a crazy part of this class. And it's what I mean when I say you have access to everything.
Yeah.
Every path laid before you. It's because you can change regularly what your build looks like.
In the campaign that my wife Sophia is running, one of our spellcasters, Aaron's character, just picked up the feat Flash Recall, which is a critical role feat, but it allows you to, once per long rest, essentially swap out a prepared spell. That is not something you can normally do. And it's extremely powerful and extremely helpful to get out of a bind when you're like, oh crap, I didn't bring this one today. Didn't know we were going to need it. Let me use Flash Recall. I'll swap it out. This class gets that for free at level 2. Level 3, subclass. We'll get into those in a little bit. Also at level 3, you gain a feature called Suppress Sign. You can use your action to conceal all trait features offered by your bound vestiges. All physical signs created by these traits vanish, but you cannot use any trait features until you use your action to reveal those traits. So, when you have the bonuses from your vestiges, people can tell. There is physical manifestation on your body. But now you can turn it off. You can be like, no, I'm a normal person. Surprise! And like transform into the Hulk. That one's really, really good for roleplay, I think.
Yeah. Well, also, I love imagining the creations we talk about as an enemy.
Ooh,
you know,
you're so right.
Because imagine trying to track one of these folks down. You're having a tough time until you actually find them, and then they go, "All right, here we are." Then, and they reveal themselves to be who they really are, and what they're really bound to.
Yeah, that's so good.
And grow an extra pair of arms.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that actually remind me to come back to that. There is a feature on one of the vestiges later on that would be really fucking cool if you're going up against like an enemy binder.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bring that one up later. But yeah, because like that's the crazy thing too. Let's say it's like a fucking human binder. They could be a shopkeep. They could be just like a street vendor, and you walk past them, and then all of a sudden they sprout a third eye or some shit.
The stand user could be anyone.
The stand user could be anyone. Thanks, Jotaro. Standard ability score levels at 4, 6, 8, 12, 16, and 19. So yeah, no need to really touch on all that. We've gone over feats from Mage Hand Press before, I think. If not, you should just get the book and check them out for yourself because it's good stuff. And then as for the base class abilities, it jumps up to level 9 because there's a lot that you get from your subclass. Mm-hmm. So at level 9, you get Adamant Mind. Your experience in sharing your soul with otherworldly entities has taught you how to guard your thoughts and punish those that dare to influence them. You have advantage on saving throws against being charmed, frightened, or possessed, and against any effect that would sense your emotions or read your thoughts. That is a lot. Mm-hmm. And that's not all. Additionally, when you succeed on a save against such an effect caused by a creature, the creature that created the effect takes psychic damage equal to your binder level plus your charisma modifier. That's real good.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is real good.
I imagine they must have deliberated a lot over including this.
You'd think.
As we'll talk about a little later, the concept of individuality as a binder is weird.
Oh yeah. Oh my
and
God.
Like, you know, by the time you start reaching the mid levels, if you don't have the ability to guard yourself in some way, your mind and soul are probably fraying at the edges a little bit.
I was going to say your sense of self is so fucked playing this class.
Especially, and you know, yeah, we'll get into it now and then probably come back around later. The idea that you could bind your soul to a vestige and then swap out to a different one the next day and just keep doing that has to be extremely strange.
Oh yeah, and taxing.
Yeah.
Like, my God. Again, I know we harp on it all the time. The roleplay potential with just that aspect is insane.
It's very, very deep.
And especially with this, I'm imagining like, oh, the person who attempts to read your mind gets like psychic backlash. Yeah, probably because they try to drill a hole in there and there's a god staring them back, goes, get out.
Yeah. Or, you know, you accustomed to defending yourself from so much of what you've invited in.
That's true. You can really take that in kind of those two different directions.
Yep.
You can take it in the direction of like your character has already lost themselves and the vestiges that you bind kind of give you a sense of self and you take on a lot of the spirits or entities attributes. Or you can take it in that way and saying like your character has just this like mental fortress.
Yeah. Or, you know, maybe it's a less intentional and controlled thing. And there are just so many of you packed into this soul that when someone else tries to drill in there,
there's no room.
It's just, you don't fit here.
That's actually really funny.
Yeah.
It's like, sorry, you have to take the next elevator.
Try someone else, buddy. We're back. Yeah.
Standing room only. Yeah, in fact, you get so much from your subclasses and from the vestiges themselves that the next base level the next base class ability comes at level 20.
Mm-hmm.
We just jumped from 9 to 20. And it's called Void Soul. Your soul is so cracked from its inhabiting vestiges that you can surrender the last sliver of your soul to the void for a time. As a bonus action, you can bind an additional vestige of your choice of 3rd level or lower for 1 minute. This vestige does not count against the total number you can bind. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest.
Mm-hmm.
So you just start jamming them in there.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Everybody in the car. Fucking clown car of vestiges.
Again, this references the math we were talking about earlier. But you'll understand how crazy that can potentially be once we start actually talking about the vestiges.
Yes.
With minor spirits, you are just, they are minor. You are summoning something small. For example, a chill. A minor elemental spirit resembling a multifaceted snowflake. As a bonus action, you can make a ranged spell attack with it against any creature within 30 feet of you, dealing 1d6 cold damage on a hit. Additionally, as an action, you can also use the chill to freeze a handheld object, create an icicle, or extinguish a torch or small campfire. That really is a good encapsulation of what minor spirits are capable of. A little bit of damage, a little bit of an effect on the environment around you, and potentially a status effect also.
Yeah. They're essentially, there's a minor spirit for most, if not all, damage types. Just so that you have like some versatility with what types of damage you can deal, and it gives you like essentially a ranged spell attack. These are kind of your cantrips.
I quite like the stone, a rocky hovering elemental spirit, the smallest unit of living elemental earth. As a bonus action, you can make a melee spell attack with it against a target within 5 feet of you, dealing 1d8 bludgeoning damage on a hit. Alternatively, you can throw the stone up to 30 feet as an improvised weapon. After being thrown, the stone returns to you at the end of your turn.
Okay, that's great. Just go, rock. Honestly, I think the Torchling is my favorite.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Tell me about that guy.
Yeah, Torchling is a flickering living flame, a minor elemental spirit of elemental fire. As a bonus action, you can make a ranged spell attack with it against any creature within 60 feet of you, dealing 1d6 fire damage on a hit. Additionally, as an action, you can use the Torchling to start a fire, melt snow or ice, or boil water. I just think it's fun. It's got a lot of utility in the passive non-damage effects.
All of these have a lot of room for creativity.
Yeah, like being able to like melt things and boil water, it's super overlooked. But that one time you need it, you're gonna be like, I got a little guy. Yeah. Oh, the other one that I really liked.
Yes.
Last one here. It was the Wisp. Yes. Very interesting one. This is the one that does poison damage. As a bonus action, you can use the Wisp to force a creature I can see within 15 feet to succeed on a con save, taking 1d8 poison damage on a failed save. The Wisp shines light as a torch, but as an action, you can cause the Wisp and its light to be visible only to yourself until the end of your next turn. I just thought that was really cool. Like, I have light. I may not have dark vision. I have a light. You guys can't see the light.
Yeah.
Like, you essentially get infrared.
Yeah, it is kind of like that, isn't it?
Yeah, you have like night vision goggles.
Yeah, super unique concept. Again, you can swap all of these so often. You are not limited to any one of them. And you can characterize them so much, or the DM can. In fact, I think it would make a lot of sense for the DM to be putting in quite a lot to the characterization of these minor spirits and vestiges. Oh, yeah. Granted, the DM is willing and has that kind of bandwidth. Right. Because there's a lot going on here.
There is a lot going on. This is Pantheon lore, the class. Like if your DM has built a homebrew Pantheon that they're like, I don't know how to like get information about them to my players. And one of the players is like, I'd like to play a binder. Problem solved immediately. Mm-hmm. There, you just choose and insert deity name or pantheon spirit name into the vestiges list, or hell, create your own.
Yep.
Like, there's so much you can do with this. Onto the subclasses.
Yes.
I don't think that we necessarily need to go over all of them.
No, let's so like we did last week, we both have created our own little build that we could see ourselves going with if we were to use this class in a campaign. Let's start with yours, because undoubtedly yours is going to be more of a
journey,
more of a rule following build for this class.
Yes. Let me pull up the one that I went through. Picture it. I went a little hard with this one. I actually put together a little bit of backstory for him. My binder is a Kalishtar.
Oh my. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Flavor already. Kalishtar notably are the species in D&D that are the whole severed from dreams thing. Very cool. They have like limited telepathy just as a species. My Kalishtar is from an order of monks, essentially, that they ascribe to and follow all religions in their world. Their purpose, their dedicated purpose, is to keep the order of the pantheon. They're kind of like the religious enforcers. If there is a god or spirit that begins to upset the pantheon too much, is challenging other gods or something like that, their whole purpose is to quietly go in and eliminate that following. And like this deity, spirit, whatever it may be, is no longer among the primary worshipped entities in the world, but there's always going to be a small fragment of it left. So what they do is they have one of their monks goes through a cursed ritual where the aspects of like the small fragments of all of the removed deities or spirits is tattooed on their body. So one person holds the final piece of all of the deities that have been removed from the pantheon.
Wow.
So this person, I have him, his title as the Keeper of Ancients. The subclass that I chose for him is Brotherhood of Ascetics.
Very good.
Yes. Very, very fun one. It fits heavily with the monastic theme. When you take the subclass at 3rd level, you can use your action to suppress one of your bound vestiges to focus your body and mind. You can resume normal use of this vestige as a bonus action on your turn. While the vestige is suppressed, none of its features affect you, and you gain the following benefits. While you are wearing no armor and not wearing a shield, your armor class equals 10 plus your dex modifier plus your charisma modifier. You can use charisma instead of strength for the attack and damage rolls of unarmed strikes. Your unarmed strikes use a d4 for damage instead of just a flat damage bonus. This die changes as you gain levels in Binder, as shown in the table below, which I will get into in a second. You can use your bonus action to make a ranged spell attack with a range of 30 feet. You are proficient with this attack, and you add your charisma modifier to its attack and damage rolls. It uses your unarmed strike damage die and deals psychic damage. And then when you hit 7th level in the subclass, your unarmed strikes count as magical for the purpose of overcoming resistance and immunity, blah, 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 blah. This is essentially Binder, monk.
Well, it's Binder doing what I love the most about Binder, in which it is using the most special parts of the class, most unique parts of the class to emulate something completely different.
Yes. It's so good.
This subclass is one of my favorite ways in which that happens.
Yeah, I agree. It's incredible. And it does a lot of what Monk does in the fact that the unarmed strike die goes up. 3rd level to D4, 7th level to D6, 10th level to D8, and 14th level to D10. So like you are genuinely able to just kind of play a charisma-based monk as a Binder. It's so fucking cool, dude. At level 7, in addition to your unarmed strikes becoming magical, you also get the ability Thousand Fists. While you are suppressing a vestige, you can use your action to manifest a flurry of psychic fists to strike your foes. When you do so, you make up to 4 unarmed strikes against creatures that are within 5 feet of you. They deal psychic damage on a hit. You cannot attack a creature with more than 2 of these unarmed strikes. Once you use this feature, you cannot use it again until you finish a short or long rest. It's kind of flurry of blows, but also kind of not, and I love that. Like, it is very clearly saying you can kind of do the monk thing, but also it looks very different now.
Yeah, and not quite as often.
Right. Mm-hmm. It is very, very much nudging you in the direction of, hey, you have these vestiges, use them. Yep. But also, if there's one that you bind that you don't care for, you can suppress it and just be a monk.
Yeah.
Starting at 10th level, you get Ritual of the Third Eye. So, you can perform a special ritual over the course of 10 minutes, granting you blind sight out to a range of 15 feet. This benefit lasts as long as you maintain concentration on it as if concentrating on a spell. That I think is really cool. Honestly, I read this and I was like, why is this not a thing for more classes and more people? Like, I feel like that's, honestly, that would just be a really cool spell.
Yeah, have it function kind of like water breathing, you know? Yeah. Like grant that to a group of people for a period of like 10 minutes.
Right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like an enhanceability type thing. Water breathing type thing. Like you just said, yeah, like it's literally just, that would be like a really good 3rd level spell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Or
super cool.
Or an item of some kind.
Yeah.
Applying to self, you know?
That'd be fun. By 14th level in the subclass, you get Transcendent Control. You can achieve total focus by suppressing all your vestiges as a bonus action. For 1 minute, you gain the following benefits. Your armor class becomes 22 if it would be lower than that normally. You can attack 3 times instead of twice whenever you take the attack action on your turn. And whenever you make an attack roll and the result is less than 15, you can treat the result as a 15. Your unarmed strikes also increase to a D12 for damage. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. This is real strong.
It's so good, man. And a little situational, which I actually like here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, suppressing all of your vestiges at 14th level. Can't remember how many you get by that time. I think it's
14th
3.
is 3, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, 3 with a maximum vestige level of 7th. So you're already doing so much by that point. Mm-hmm. So to suppress all of your vestiges is a difficult choice to make. This is a situation where you're throwing caution to the wind and going in for the kill.
Yeah.
And if you choose your timing correctly, the benefits are massive.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. It's really just saying like, yes, I know I have these powerful deities attached to me, but I'm just going to lock them away for a second and use their power, and I'm going to fucking handle this myself.
Yep.
Which is really goddamn cool.
If I can harken back for a moment to the morality and the nature of the self that is questioned by this class, this subclass is probably the one that's focused on the self the most and protecting the self the most.
Yes, 100%.
Especially when you get into, you know, the concept of suppressing a vestige. You are going from borrowing the power of a vestige to kind of stealing it for a time.
Basically.
It's kind of metal, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like not only can you contact these things and form some kind of a temporary pact with them for a bit, but you can also grasp their power entirely for yourself.
Yeah, and you can literally tell them to shut up.
Yeah. Yeah. So extremely cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You'll notice that there are a lot of levels missing from when we acquire abilities. The binder table there are 2 levels in this class where you don't get a new feature. You just gain an additional vestige.
Yes.
And there are a few other levels where you gain, for your feature, you gain an additional minor spirit, or you gain like an improvement to a previous ability, like the rebinding improvement that comes at level 15.
Yep.
That is the feature that you get at level 15. Because so much of this class is balance heavy around the vestiges.
Yep.
So it's not giving like crazy amounts of abilities, but I think that's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's get into that here. Which ones do you see yourself taking most often?
I only focused on 2 for this guy. I think the other 3, I don't know which ones it would be, but I gave him Wisp and Totem.
Okay. Minor Spirit.
Minor Spirits. Yeah. For Minor Spirits, I took Wisp and Totem as the Minor Spirits. The 2 primary ones that I think fit him the most. For Vestiges, I have a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have a list of 6 that I think he would utilize the most often. The primary one is Gix the Storyteller. And I think that fits into his theming and his like backstory and flavor very, very well.
Yeah.
Him being like the keeper of the ancient lore, these ancient spirits or deities or whatever.
Yes.
Gix being the storyteller. Each of these vestiges has multiple abilities or features or traits. Gix gives you heretical lore. You have advantage on ability checks you make to recall legends, myths, or lore. Additionally, your DM can allow you to make such checks even when it would normally be impossible for you to know such information, because you are bound to Gix, who has stories, who knows the stories. Interesting thing about the Gix vestige, it is a first level vestige, so it's super simple for you to get, but it has a cool prerequisite. You have to be bound to at least one other vestige to use Gix. And that has to do with the other abilities. Gix also gives you strength in numbers. While bound to Gix, you gain a bonus to your vestige save DC, spell attack modifier, and any weapon attack roll you make that uses your charisma instead of strength or dexterity. This bonus is equal to the number of other vestiges you have bound, and does not stack with bonuses provided by magic weapons or items. So, notably, the Brotherhood of Ascetics uses charisma for unarmed strikes, which gives you a bonus to that, which is just, it's so good.
Yeah.
Everything on this class stacks with itself, and it's so much fun.
Yeah. Well, this is a beautiful synergy too, because by the time you're able to take 2 vestiges, you take Gix and one other, could be anything. You suppress the other one.
Exactly.
Gix is still working to its full potential.
Yeah.
Even if you're suppressing the other vestige.
And you are still bound to it, so it counts for Gix.
Yep.
Plus you get the charisma bonus to your armor class.
Yeah, dude.
It's real good.
It's excellent. And that's just a first level vestige.
Yeah. It's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Gix also gives you legendary vestige. If a creature succeeds on a saving throw against a spell or feature offered to you by one of your vestiges, you can force that creature to re-roll the save, and it must use the new roll. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. So it's just like a free silvery barbs.
Yeah.
So good.
I think this vestige has a place in any build.
Oh, God. Yeah. Gix is probably the most versatile that there is on this list.
It's all of these vestiges in the Vestige Codex have kind of a theme to how they function. Gix is considered a meta vestige because you know it's meant to work with your other ones. It's meant to
that makes
accentuate the strengths of your other vestiges.
The other thing that it does really, really well, which I love, and hearkening back to when I said, remind me to come back to this, you get the trait. This is a passive trait, Hidden. While bound to Gix, you can cloak your vestiges with ease. You can suppress or reveal any of your vestiges' traits once on each of your turns, no action required. Moreover, you can instantly tell when another creature is bound to vestiges and the number to which they are bound.
Yeah.
You have advantage on attack rolls against other creatures bound to vestiges.
So valuable. This is also doing a lot for your characterization of this guy as the lore keeper.
Yeah. Because if anyone else binds to one of those forgotten deities, he knows.
Yeah.
And he's gonna kill you.
I want to add briefly, each of these vestiges comes with their own chunk of lore.
I was so glad you brought that up.
Do you want to talk about it?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
I was just going to say that was the thing that I was going to jump in and make sure that was said before we move forward.
Yes. Okay, good. Gix is really cool. She's considered the mother of binding, offers no power of her own, but lets you fully seize the might of your other vestiges. The first binder, Gix, had no ambitions of founding a religion or pioneering a new form of magic, no matter what her later followers may claim. Instead, she stumbled upon the existence of vestiges quite by accident when her scrying spell malfunctioned.
Dude, that's so fucking metal.
Isn't it?
Holy shit, that's so metal.
Yeah. It opens like a whole realm of possibility. And I kind of wonder if this whole class is perhaps just the result of a thought experiment of what could go wrong with the divination spell like scrying. It led to an entire practice of magic with several offshoots.
Yeah, that one sentence is the basis for an entire campaign setting.
Yes. Yeah.
It's wild. It's so fucking good.
And it's such a common spell too. Like,
yeah.
It gives you a lot to think about with magic in Dungeons and Dragons. As often happens when this spell fails, Gix heard a whoosh of static and saw a flash of deep black, but on this occasion, she heard a whisper in the noise. Through experimentation, she refined the spell into a rudimentary binding ritual and communed with the distant spirits of the void. They had always been there, just out of earshot, just beyond the limitations of sight. Only Gix had learned to look for them. She took fastidious notes on anything the fleeting voices told her, their names, their symbols, all they could remember. Many of them possessed names recorded in history books or spoken of in temples, but these voices were different and told stories of hardship and heartbreak, not of glory and triumph. She collected these tales of the forgotten dead gods and heroes in a tome and printed 10 copies. These books would go on to inspire legions of binders as well as others who would brand them heretics. Gix's final story, however, she took to the grave. It was a collection of all she had learned, a succinct tale now told only by her vestige. In the beginning, there was void, then one great sin. In the end, there shall be void.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah.
So
very metal, like
cool.
you said, man. Again, each of these vestiges has some chunk of lore like this. They're all so rich. They have so much going for them. It is I can't stress enough, it is a very difficult time picking your vestiges. It's
also a very difficult time playing a binder.
Yeah.
From a role play point of view.
Yeah.
Because the other thing that happens when you bind to a vestige, not only do you get all of the traits, you get all of the abilities, you get the legend of that vestige that you are bound to. When you are bound to a vestige, you also gain a new personality trait. Gix's is unique, and it's not that difficult. While bound to this vestige, you gain the following trait. I love hearing and telling stories, especially those with a tragic end. That's not all that hard to roleplay, but some of these, Lord.
If you want to like really play this class by the book, and I encourage you to, if you pick this up, study up and you will have the best experience with this.
What else are you picking?
Before I get into that one, I'm going to give a little bit of the flavor that I put alongside Gix.
Yes.
As the primary vestige for this character. For the personality trait, I had that the Keeper of Ancients can often be heard whispering stories to himself and having conversations with no one when he thinks no one else is around. And then don't forget, there's the visible aspect of all of the vestiges. And going off of the theming of tattoos for each and every one, I said that the visible aspect of this vestige is that there are tattooed eyes on his head. While the vestige to Gix is bound, they are open and they look around, blinking occasionally.
Love that.
He would be bald, by the way. So
I don't know anything about that.
Just draw some eyes on you with Sharpie. Yeah, the other one that I think I will highlight kind of goes hand in hand with the concept that he is like the one who is allowed to bind these deities and will hunt down anyone else who tries it. I have him also bound to Erebus, the Shadow Interminable.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. No, checks out, man.
Oh, yeah. Where'd he go? Where'd Erebus go? Show me the worm.
I wish they were alphabetical, but I get it.
I get it as well. So Erebus is where Gix was a first level vestige. Erebus is a 9th level, meaning that you don't gain access to him until much later.
It's going to be a while.
That's good.
Yeah.
The lore for Erebus is, God damn. Binders alone remember the esoteric legend of Erebus, the wellspring of all vestiges, the one being all gods fear. Before the primeval gods laid the universe's foundation, a groundwork upon which they could sculpt the chaos, they devised a failsafe to ensure their success. Before all else, they beckoned Erebus, a being of unmaking from beyond the veil of reality, to unravel and destroy their creations. For the gods in their wisdom realized that not even they could forge a perfect world on the first try. Indeed, countless universes were created and discarded before the gods settled for the current one, with its particular compromises and imperfections. Oh my God. Erebus was the tool for erasure, made to consume flawed universes and return them to the chaos so the gods might try again. Skipping through a little bit of additional dialogue on what happened. Essentially, Erebus almost went out of control and ate the universe that they wanted to keep. So, to safeguard their flawed creation, the gods bound Erebus with a Stygian seal and scattered the words of creation. Most speculate that Erebus lies deep within the void, but history tells a more complex story. In ancient languages, the word Erebus simply means darkness, and is used both as the name of the entity and the void itself. This implies either the ancients saw no reason to distinguish between the two, or simply believed they were one and the same. Fittingly, Erebus does not speak to this. Her vestige is a howling abyss upon which all of creation is perched, and from which nothing escapes. The character trait for Erebus is that while bound to this vestige, you gain the following flaw: I do not speak. Which is like, yeah, okay. So, theming wise, Erebus is the one that this character would have turned off for the purposes of being a monk. But then, all hell breaks loose and he switches and brings out Erebus. Erebus has 2 abilities compared to Gix's 4?
Yeah.
The first ability is Obliviate. At your touch, you unmake. Which is just, I'll say it again, Jesus Christ. As an action, you can touch a target, which can be a creature or an object. If the target is a creature, it must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, or if the target is an object, it takes 10d10 plus 50 necrotic damage, or half as much on a successful save. If this damage reduces the target to 0 hit points, it is totally unmade.
It's just brutal.
An unmade creature and everything it is wearing or carrying, except for magic items, is completely annihilated, leaving behind nothing, not even dust. The creature can only be restored to life by means of a true resurrection or wish spell. Once you use this feature, you can't do so again until you finish a long rest.
It's like a more brutal disintegration.
Yeah. It's like Finger of Death combined with Disintegrate. Yeah. You also gain the trait Vestigial. While bound to Erebus, you are divorced from reality, much like vestiges themselves, causing you to appear hazy and indistinct, as your form is stretched between the material plane and the void. You have resistance to all damage. Additionally, you can move through other creatures and obstacles, or other creatures and objects as if they were difficult terrain. If you end your turn inside an object, you take 4d10 force damage and are ejected into the nearest occupied space.
It's kind of giving the dark side from Hades.
Yeah.
Hades 2, that is.
Yeah.
Which I don't ever love to take, but...
Fucking crazy, man. But yeah, so that's like... yeah, I can't even, it's fucking crazy. The flavor aspect that I put into that one for him, the personality trait, Keeper of Ancients ceases speaking entirely, glaring and watching those around him for the tiniest slip up. The visible aspect of this vestige is that he has a blackout tattoo around his jaw, and that comes up over his mouth.
Oh, man.
When he is bound to Erebus, if it is visible, it's hard to tell, but if you were to touch that tattoo, his mouth is gone. Oh. There is no mouth.
Wow.
Additionally, his eyes smoke slightly in bright light.
So this is like, okay, by default, this guy is always muttering to himself. God help you if he's not.
Yo, yeah. If he stops talking, then there's a problem.
I really like the characterization of that. It's really terrifying.
I know. Like, I'm genuinely tempted to just have him as an NPC.
You should.
Sam gave me permission, guys. I'm really sorry. Oh my God.
Do you want me to cut that from the episode?
No. No. Let them fear. Oh, man. Yeah, so that's my guy. There's more. I'm not going to reveal all the rest of it because there's so much that I cannot encourage you guys enough to go to Mage Hand Press website, pick up the PDFs, physical book if you want it. It's incredible. What have you got for us, Sam?
Well, also just let that be a lesson. Like the higher up in Vestige level you get, the more into freak shit territory you are.
It's so true.
So the class, the cult that I have chosen, it's a bit of a rule-breaking one. Ooh, within the confines of Binder. I have chosen Ishtar's Faithful. Nearly all Binders learn that Ishtar, the vestige of love and sexuality, is forbidden. For once she's summoned, she can never be dismissed.
Damn.
Yeah. You will not, by the way, you will not find this vestige in the Vestige Codex.
Okay.
It is only a part of this class because once you take it, you're on the path.
Yeah, you can't bind. Well, I shouldn't say that you can't bind, but like you said, you cannot unbind. So you are now one of Ishtar's faithful.
Yes.
Period.
Yes. You will later be able to bind more, but you cannot unbind Ishtar.
Damn. That's insane.
And for the first few levels, that's all you got.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, so like you got to learn to live with this shit.
Metal.
Yeah. Driven by jealousy and obsession, the once goddess seizes the soul of her binder and embraces it tightly. Her love is like a grasping weed, and it strangles all it touches. Yet those who reciprocate her love and placate the envious goddess might join the ranks of Ishtar's faithful, a cult of binders who prize Ishtar above all else. If the binders of Ishtar's faithful devote themselves wholly to the goddess, they are slowly bequeathed with her gifts in return. However, they can never neglect the goddess or question their devotion for even a moment, as Ishtar the envious is fickle and prone to rage at the slightest perceived infidelity.
Damn. You know what this is reminding me of? Slight aside here. I don't know how much of Critical Role Campaign 1 you have seen. None. Okay, then you won't know this character. But for those of you who do, it's giving Cash from the Slayer's Take. There's a character in there who is like a cleric, I think. He worships a goddess that's like not very popular. And he's either like a cleric or a paladin or something, but like his relationship with his goddess is like she sees them as being like married. So like he is married to his goddess and she's just like, it's me and you. And it's like very this.
I love that. A terrifying concept.
Yes. And so, that character was absolutely mortified of that goddess.
That is cool.
Fucking crazy.
This brings up a thought I was having earlier about binders in general. I feel like many of them must fail all along their path somewhere and just fall into madness.
Oh, yeah.
Or become consumed by their vestige in this case.
I'm imagining like worst case scenario, they become like completely overtaken by a vestige and they turn into like a monstrosity or something.
Yeah. Yeah. I could 100% see something like that. It's not something that's written into this class, but I think, you know, if I were a DM and, you know, my player wants to play a binder and they come from, I don't know, I'd say a coven of sorts of binders, they probably know someone who lost themselves completely in the process.
Yeah, that's a really good story distinction.
Yeah, and you can do anything with that.
Mm-hmm. Also, I think it'd be really interesting to play like from the world building perspective of certain monstrosities or aberrations did not exist before someone royally fucked up a binding to a specific entity. Yeah. And they were consumed and became like an aboleth. Yeah. Or something like that. And like that's how those creatures came to be. Yeah. I like that a lot. And there is a particular vestige that I'll be talking about after this that I could 100% see it happening. Yeah. So before I get into the subclass features, let's talk about Ishtar herself, because you're going to be getting acquainted with her. Mm-hmm. Embrace. While bound to Ishtar, you have advantage on opportunity attacks. Ooh. Always. That's fun. Yeah. I did not expect that from the goddess of love and sexuality. Not going to lie. You'll start to get it in a moment. Okay. Ishtar's Mark. As a bonus action, you can force a creature within 30 feet of you to make a wisdom saving throw. Creatures that can't be charmed are immune to this effect. On a failed save, a special mark representing Ishtar's favor appears on the creature for up to 1 minute. While the creature is marked, it can't willingly move more than 30 feet away from you. Additionally, you can use your bonus action on subsequent turns to magically pull the marked creature up to 10 feet closer to you. Oh, God. You can only mark one creature at a time with this feature. Okay, I'm seeing the vision now. So, love and sexuality, yes, but more so jealousy and envy. Obsession. Yes, yeah, like this exactly. Oh, that's some strong flavor. Terrifying, dude. Enamor. You can pry open another creature's heart and force the love of Ishtar into it. As an action, choose a humanoid creature you've marked to be charmed by you for up to 10 minutes. While charmed, the creature regards you as its true love. When this effect ends, the creature knows it was charmed by you. This effect ends early if you or your companions deal any damage to the creature. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest. Wow.
The trait you gain from Ishtar is the Arms of Embrace. While bound to Ishtar, you grow a second set of arms belonging to Ishtar, which grasp you in an embrace.
That's horrifying.
They're constantly holding you.
Oh my God. Can anyone say toxic clingy X? Holy shit, dude.
These arms are fully functional and can be used to hold shields and weapons, allowing you to hold 2 two-handed weapons or 4 one-handed weapons.
Or if you want to go with just the weirdest build ever, 4 shields.
Sure, why not? But like, otherwise, you want to be General Grievous?
That's fucking nuts,
Can you imagine,
dude.
like, quad rapier?
Holy shit.
I'll tell you exactly the build I'm doing with this later, though.
Yeah.
You can also perform somatic components of spells and perform other actions with these arms. Using these arms once per round, you can make an opportunity attack against a creature you have marked without using a reaction.
Ooh.
That is some crazy action economy.
Yeah.
If you have any other easily accessible reaction,
I know there's a vestige that gives you like counterspell and shit like that.
there you fucking go.
Yeah. Also, you have advantage on opportunity attacks.
Yep. Yeah.
Pick yourself up the sentinel feat and have some fun.
Yeah. Don't come near this.
No. Holy God, that's so good.
It's terrifying, man.
Craziest thing is you really only need level 3 to make a fully capable build.
Yes.
You can put the rest of your 17 levels into like fucking fighter or something.
Yeah. If you really wanted, yeah.
That's insane.
Okay, let's get into our subclass stuff. Bonus proficiencies. When you join this cult at 3rd level, you gain proficiency in the insight and persuasion skills if you don't have them already. Starting at 3rd level, you're bound to Ishtar the Envious and can't be unbound. Ishtar doesn't count as a bound vestige, nor does she count toward your total number or level of vestiges bound.
Whoa, so that means you can have 2.
Yeah, that means I was incorrect earlier. You can have Ishtar and one other at the earliest possible level.
That is an immediate power spike.
It's that makes this class really, really crazy at early levels.
You could take Gix with that too. And
oh God. Yeah, you're kidded. You're kidded already for a long time.
yeah. Oh man.
Best you not betray Ishtar.
You know what's crazy? I'm still thinking of like, because you put that idea in my head of like, where would binders fit in my campaign? I have a deity that fits Ishtar to a T.
Damn.
So like, yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
At 7th level, you gain the use of her Enamor feature, and at 14th level, you gain the use of her trait Arms of Embrace feature. Enamor and Arms of Embrace, you're not getting those immediately.
Okay.
Her progression is part of your subclass progression.
That makes a lot more sense.
So this is gonna justify why she has so much shit.
Well, it's like a magic item. It's you have the dormant state awakened and exalted. So.
Yes. Yeah, having that forearm thing super early would be a little nuts.
That would be very nuts.
I think 14 is unfortunately appropriate. That said, you still do get the whole advantage on opportunity attacks thing.
Yeah.
From level 1.
Again, still crazy.
Yup. Ritual of Idolatry. Starting at 10th level, you can perform a special ritual over the course of 10 minutes, enrobing you in a 30-foot radius aura that infects the minds of others. When a creature enters the aura for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it must make a charisma saving throw against your vestige save DC. On a failure, the creature regards you as of a species and gender to which it's normally romantically attracted. It is charmed by you while it remains in the aura up to a maximum of a minute. Once this effect ends for a creature, it's immune to the effects of the aura for 24 hours. This aura lasts for 1 hour, and its effects end early for a creature that takes damage or succeeds on an opposed ability check made to socially interact with you.
That's crazy.
Again, stay away from me.
Yeah. Because if you don't, you're never leaving. That's fucking wild.
Heartbreak by 14th level. Ishtar's love can drive mad those who you expose to it. As an action, you can end the charmed condition on each creature charmed by you that you can see within 120 feet. A creature affected by this feature takes 4d8 psychic damage.
This is so good. That is, unironically, that might be one of my favorite features I have heard in the last several months. Yeah. Just that, like, removal of, like, affection and having it just devastate people. Yep. Oh my God, that's so good.
And well, let's return to Enamor briefly in conjunction with that, which by the way, you get at 7th level. Jesus. You can probably open another creature's heart and force the love of Ishtar into it. As an action, choose a humanoid creature you've marked to be charmed by you for up to 10 minutes. While charmed, the creature regards you as its true love. When this effect ends, which is what heartbreak is meant to do. Yeah. The creature knows it was charmed by you. Effect ends early if it was charmed by you, or if you or your companions deal any damage to it. So, damaging it can end the charmed effect whenever you choose.
Wait, does the feature that deals psychic damage, does it just say any time the charmed effect is removed, or is it like a thing that you activate, like manually removing the charmed effect?
You know what? I think it's manually removing it. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's manually removing the charmed
cool,
effect.
because that balances it a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's still crazy. You know what this is giving to me, though? This is giving Fae. Like, this is like the ultimate, like, Fae trap.
It's very Fae. I agree.
That's so fucking cool.
A creature affected by this feature takes 48 psychic damage.
The wording on it is strange.
It is. It makes me think... It inclines me to think you take that damage regardless of how it ends. But I can't say for certain.
Specifically because it says affected by this feature, and this feature being the one that states you manually end it. I have a feeling that's the way they intended it.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, because it doesn't just say the charmed condition. It says this feature. So yeah, I think you're correct about that. Funny stuff. Let's talk about there are a lot of vestiges that work unbelievably well with this. There's one I want to focus on though, and it's called Vortiract.
Oh God. I saw Vortiract.
Yeah, it looks like this. I'll throw the photo on screen.
He's spoopy.
It looks unlike anything else in here, and it is called Vortiract the Outsider. A creature from beyond our multiverse. Vortiract, am I saying that right?
I think you are, yeah.
Warps its minders into a reflection of its bizarre anatomy. It is essentially this eldritch horror that twists the minds of those it interacts with, and it's just kind of the living embodiment of terror.
It kind of looks like the fucking Demogorgon from Stranger Things in a weird little way.
You know what? It's giving me kind of a cross between that and the alien from Alien, whose name I'm blanking on.
The alien?
It has a name.
Xenomorph.
Yes, thank you.
I was like, what? Dude, Vortiract's fucking personality trait goes so stupid hard with Ishtar.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Sorry.
Snap reflexes. When you make an opportunity attack, again, here's the synergy already coming into play.
Oh my God.
This is just a 5th level vestige, by the way. You can choose to do so without expending your reaction, and you gain advantage on the attack roll. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest.
Okay, so there's a little bit of overlap.
There is actually some overlap there.
But honestly, it just works so well in there.
Yeah.
That's one where, like, let's say you have Ishtar suppressed for some reason. Yeah. You can still use Vortiract to do the exact same thing.
Oh my God. Spider Climber. When you bind Vordract, your skin becomes pale and strangely adhesive. You can move up, down, and across vertical surfaces and upside down along ceilings while leaving your hands free. You also gain a climbing speed equal to your walking speed.
That's just
Imagine
so
this shit
nice.
with 4 arms. Abominable limbs. When you bind Vordract, your hands sprout sickening claws. These claws are natural melee weapons which you can use to make unarmed strikes. They deal 1d4 slashing damage on a hit, and you can use your charisma modifier instead of strength for their attack and damage rolls. The claws count as magical for the purpose of overcoming resistance and immunity to non-magical attacks and damage. When you take the attack action, you can make one unarmed strike with the claws as a bonus action. Additionally, when you use your claws to hit a creature that's already been hit with them during that turn, you deal an extra 2d6 slashing damage.
Wow.
Yeah. Weird.
That's good. You know what? Sorry.
Oh my god, incredible with the ascetic one, actually. If you got multiple strikes.
Yeah.
Ooh,
it's nuts.
Baby.
You know what this is giving me with the whole like horrific monstrosity and also like enchanting people to make them see you as a loved one? It's giving like the visual version of a siren from Greek mythology.
Oh man. Kind of. I get it. Yeah.
So fucking cool.
Extraneous joints. Trigger warning. Body horror.
Oh,
when you bind Vordract, your arms and legs deform, lengthening and cracking until they each contain an additional joint. I'm suppressing this one more often than this chart, I think. The reach of all your melee attacks, as well as your reach for opportunity attacks, extends to 10 feet.
That's ridiculous.
Additionally, you can make an opportunity attack against any creature that moves while within your reach.
Okay, so there's your polearm master plus sentinel combo.
Yeah. Yeah. And
you can hit them while they're 10 feet away from you moving towards you.
Moving at all. They're not going to be able to strafe to avoid the opportunity attack.
And if it's a melee, if it's a martial enemy, you can stop them from getting within 5 feet to be able to even hit you.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just,
Jesus Christ.
I love this combination so much, man. It's kind of just an unnamed aura in itself, you know, like having such a danger sphere within 10 feet of this character.
Yeah.
I love it so much. There's more shit you can stack onto this with other vestiges.
Yeah. And I'm thinking too, is in terms of like feats that you can take Speedy, increase your speed by like 10 feet so you can chase people down.
I'll mention the flaw you brought up earlier. While bound to this vestige, you gain the following flaw. I enjoy tormenting my enemies, sowing hate and doubt in their minds. It just fits.
It just fits, man. It just fucking fits. Oh my God.
So listen, we have only scratched the surface of everything that's in here. I really, really encourage you to check out all that this class has to offer, all of its vestiges, and I want to know what you would come up with.
Yeah. Oh my God. Because we didn't even touch on the spellcasting vestiges.
No.
There are vestiges that give you spellcasting as if you were a wizard, as if you were a sorcerer. Yep. There are vestiges that give you... There's one vestige you get at level 1 that gives you sneak attack. Genuinely turns you into a rogue.
Yep.
Like, there is a vestige that essentially emulates any of the other class features. And you get to choose which ones you have bound daily.
Yeah.
After a long rest, rebind however many you can. You get to pick your class every time you wake up.
Yeah, essentially. Beautifully made class. Handle with care. Is what I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. This is definitely one that like you're going to want to talk with your DM. Warn them several months in advance if you think about playing this class so that they can come up with the lore and everything. Yeah. Because, oh my God.
They have just as much work to do as you do, if not more.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
You got anything to add to all that?
Fucking not Not really, man. My mind is reeling with the possibilities of this class. Fuck it. There is one more thing I wanted to add. There is another subclass in there. There's the Cult of Crimson Binding. The 14th level ability for that one, I know off the top of my head because I thought about taking it, and then I went, that's too much. The level 14 ability grants you 3 additional vestiges that you can bind. 3!
That's a whole lot, man.
Yeah. So you go from your maximum being 4.
Hold on, not quite. The total level of vestiges you can have bound increases by 3.
Oh, okay. My heart attack has ended. Okay, that's much better.
Yes.
That means that you can have multiple level 9 vestiges bound. I was terrified. The first time I read that, I thought it just said you could have 3 additional, and I was like, 7 total? Right. This is fine. That would be ungodly to have to track.
To take so many lower level ones would be really, really good.
Yeah. Yeah, you just have a wild amount of like level 1 and 2 vestiges.
Yeah. Deep binding is what this is called. It's still doing a lot for you.
Oh yeah.
Especially when, you combine it with Void Soul at level 20.
Yes. There are a few other subclasses that take the class in very interesting directions. Yeah. You'd think that with the minor spirit selection, the vestige selection, it would be difficult to make a subclass really give you an identity. They do a phenomenal job. Mm-hmm. Every single one that I read, I was like, okay, I can see why I would take this.
Yeah. I also highly encourage DMs to look at this for antagonists.
Yeah.
To be honest, like
this makes a fucking incredible cult leader.
It does. Yeah. Like many of these can simply be characterized as a warlock gone horribly wrong.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. You might have like an evil NPC who fully intended to take power from multiple different deities and imbue it within himself to create this like following around him as this, like, I'm the savior of the world. Look, all of these old gods have entrusted me, blah, 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 whatever, fill in the blanks. Or you can play it as an NPC who accidentally reached out a little too far and something reached back, grabbed them, and now they're stuck and they don't want to be doing this, but the vestiges have taken over. God, there's so much fucking flavor. It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah. Bewildering just to read, man.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks so much for joining us on this weird, freaky journey. If you want to send your own homebrew in or some other third-party content that has really been interesting to you lately, send it to summongreaterpod@gmail.com or summongreaterpod on Bluesky. We check both of those sources on the regular. Also, consider what songs you've been listening to in your campaign, for what reason, and where they fit for Summon Greater soundtrack. It's a Spotify playlist that we've been keeping for quite a long time now.
Yeah. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please consider liking, subscribing, share the videos. Yeah, we're just trying to get as many people involved in the homebrew community as we can.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye!